Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the all about high-end makeup tag. This was created by Jenna Fraze. She's a really good friend of mine. I just recently spoke about her and helping me get my video quality up to par. And then also Kelly Gooch, which I absolutely love as well. She's such a sweetheart. Now this tag was originated by Jen Phelps. I believe she did the drugstore version of this, so I would definitely check that out as well. I will have all of their channels linked down below, so definitely go show them some love, tell them I sent you, and without further ado, we are going to jump in to this tag. I thought it was fun and interesting, and I actually had a little bit of a hard time trying to answer some of these questions. Question number 1, if you could only use one high-end brand, what would it be? I went back and forth with several different brands. I actually thought about MAC because MAC has everything. They literally have everything, and I would swear a few years ago that is what I would have said, but now I don't use as much of their products. I have a few staple products, but overall I don't use too many of them. Then I was thinking, Tom Ford, but really the brand that has the most that I would use would be MAC, but it doesn't give me the look that I am going for now. So I went with Charlotte Tilbury. I have talked about how well Charlotte has been doing with just making these incredible formulas, and I have been loving so much. My only problem with the brand, because I know I can get some bomb eyeshadows, face products, whatever, but her powders contain cornstarch. I'm trying to see if maybe cornstarch isn't as bad now. My skin has definitely changed. There's some coconut oil derivatives, not just coconut oil or like hydrogenated coconut oil, but like caprylonic, whatever that ingredient is, I can kind of tolerate now. So maybe I need to test out. Oh, I'm scared too though. I'm so scared too. So that's the thing is with that brand, I might have to skip powders and just, we're going to go to all creams. But overall, the brand as a whole, I think is absolutely beautiful. And if I had to pick just one, that's the one that I would choose. Number 2. Well, that wasn't gross. My mind went completely in a different direction. I was like, ugh. Question 2 is, what's the most underrated high-end brand? And this is where I'm going to put MAC, because they used to be huge. Everything was about MAC. It was almost like if you didn't have MAC makeup, who are you? Like, it doesn't matter. Of course you matter. Of course you matter. It's not that serious, but I just remember trying so hard to get into that brand, to work for them, and when I finally got to work for them, I went from freelancer to a permanent artist to a full-time artist, and then I went to the store. I was almost the trainer. That's a whole thing. I have a very special place in my heart for MAC, and honestly, outside of their lackluster collections they have been putting out, their products are great. They have an amazing shade range. I don't think they get enough credit with that. I think we all think of Fenty, and that's not a bad thing at all. Fenty killed it. They did an amazing job, but I really think that we should give MAC more credit when it comes to their shade ranges and how hard they try to be inclusive. So I would say that the most underrated brand is MAC. I think that they could have a comeback if they just tried a little bit harder. Again, let me just reiterate, absolutely no disrespect to Fenty. They are amazing. Number 3, what is the most overrated high-end brand? Ooh, I might catch some slack for this, but this is just a personal opinion, and I just want to put it out there that it doesn't matter what my opinion is, what my review of a product is. It doesn't matter what anybody else's. There's no person that you should really look at and be, that is the end-all, be-all of reviews. Really, the only review and the only opinion that matters is yours, because if something works for me and it doesn't for you, that's fine. If something works for you and it doesn't for me, that's fine as well. Well, with that being said, Melt. I love their stack formula, and I do like their liners, and I like their gel pot liners, but outside of that, I feel like they've just been skipping around quite a lot lately, and it's making me not want to purchase the brand. I have vowed I am not purchasing another Melt Cosmetics palette until they change the formula, because the formula of the palettes is just not the same as the stacks. So for me, it's just, I think it's overhyped. I think it's, you know, I get the excitement behind it because even with the palettes, looking at them, I want to buy them. I look at, let me just show you this one. This is the Gemini palette. I'll be the first to tell you that I do not use this palette. However, the artwork is beautiful. The actual colors on the inside, gorgeous, but it's too much of a fuss to mess with. If this was a stack, I'd be on it, all over it, but I'm just not happy with the quality. Out of all the ones I tried, I would say that this is the best quality that, again, I have tried, but I'm over it. Question number 4, what is your favorite high-end product that is under $50? This gives me so many different options. I'm looking around. Do I want to talk about a brush? Do I want to talk about a blush? Do I want to talk about a highlight? But then it came to me. There is something that I use literally every single day. I don't know that I have seen another video where people have talked about this product, and really it should be more out there. I'm very scared that this is going to be discontinued because it's not talked about. I don't know how well it sells at MAC, but it definitely should, especially if you are oily. I rave and rave and rave about this product. It's the MAC Skin Refined Zone. This is going to control your oils. It's going to blur the skin. For me, this is not a claim of the product, but for me, it helps to hold on to the primer that I put on top, which is the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. It really grabs a hold. It doesn't let it slip around or anything because you're mattifying this area. Say I put the Milk Makeup Blur Stick on top of my moisturizer. It's not going to have the same effect as it does if I had this underneath it. And again, it really keeps those oils at bay. I'm combination skin type, and I really like for this area to stay as matte as possible. Another fun fact about this, I think I've talked about this before, but then there was some controversy about whether or not it actually did exfoliate. Micro exfoliate, not anything intense. I had a story where I was told that my pores are just super, super clean, both before I was using Retin-A and then after. Of course, after it could have been partly Retin-A, but beforehand, this was the only thing I was using. Traditionally, this is not an area that I break out in. Well, it was said that there's no way that this could exfoliate, even micro exfoliate the skin. There is salicylic acid in here though. Now, my good friend Drew, he let me in on a little secret. Well, it's not really a secret because he did some research, and I'm going to put these Instagram handles up on my screen so that you guys can check out and you can decide for yourself. For me, the proof is in the pudding. I've been using this for ever since I worked, oh my gosh. Okay, so I was 27, 3 plus 4, 7 years I have been using this product, and I swear by it. According to this science, you don't need to have a specific pH. There's all these different things that go into it, but it seems like this could actually truly be keeping this area exfoliated, keeping your pores clean. Again, I'm not saying it's absolutely true. I'm just telling you from experience that has been my experience, and I highly recommend you check out both of these channels, or I guess their pages. So I will link them in the description box. Also, you've got the pictures to look at. I'm going to link them there, and then you guys can make up your own mind. I am not an esthetician. I am not a doctor. I'm just speaking from experience. There's nothing else on the market that truly will give me this same effect. Nothing. If this was gone, I would be heartbroken. I really don't know what I would do. As soon as I found out that it was going to be taken away, I would probably buy as many as I possibly could. How long does this last? It's 24 months, and I believe that's once it's open, so I could get away with grabbing quite a few. Number 5 reads, what is a hidden gem from the high-end category that nobody talks about? My very first instinct for this was the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipsticks. These are some of my absolute favorites, and I know that they were kind of raved about when they first came out, but now I'm not really seeing people use them, including myself, because I do forget about them, but I have moved them. They are now in full sight because I love these. This is the shade Susanna. They smell really good. And I've had, oh my gosh, how long have these been out? Been out for a while, and they still smell amazing. Let me show you the pigmentation. That's one swipe, and there we go, twice. It's creamy, but it's not gonna move around your lip line. It's not gonna move outside or bleed or anything like that. It has a ton of pigmentation. They feel so nice on the lips, and they are so pretty, so comfortable. Those are definitely in my top 5, just a formula. But then I was thinking just a little bit harder, so I'm kind of cheating and I'm saying 2. This right here, again, this is something I've been using for years, New Lash. This is what I use to get my lashes nice and long. I used to wear lashes every single day. I always joked about, and it wasn't really a joke because I really did, but I would mow my lawn with MAC 35 lashes on or any other type of lash. Well, I decided I wanted to stop. I wanted to grow out my lashes, and I've heard of several different other ones. Revital Lash is one. Obviously, you've got Latisse, which are a prescription. I did use that, and it definitely does work. But this, you don't need to have a prescription, and it's not going to alter your eye color. All of the side effects that you get with, say, I just lost it. Where is it at? Where is it at? Latisse. You're not going to get with this serum. Now, this is a 3.2 mil. But it's only the smaller one because I got it at anniversary. Every year, Nordstrom has an anniversary sale, and I get the double. So you get a $150 one. You're spending $150 for the set, and then you get a free $95 one. What I suggest to you, if there's no sale going on or anything like that, is to go with the 6 mil. That is going to last you around 6 months. And it makes the biggest difference in your lashes. I get asked all the time what mascara I'm wearing. I'm like, I like my mascara, but it's not the mascara that is giving me this length. And I actually got a little bit more volume as well. This is incredible. The reason why I'm putting this in the category of people never talking about it is because I think it's not as well known. You know, Revital Lash, all these other ones, people talk about all the time. But this truly works. And it's $150 for 6 mils. I will have a discount code because, oh, I've been slacking. I don't think I make anything off of this code. I believe it's just for you guys. And it's not at Nordstrom, it's at the Skin Research Labs. But I think it's 15% off. Either way, just check out my description box if you are interested in this. I'm not pushing you to do it. You do not need to. It's just that if you are interested in it and you want to save some money, check out the discount code. But I swear by this stuff. What is your favorite high-end foundation? If you asked me this a year and a half ago, it would have been hands down La Prairie Skin Caviar. And I still love that. However, I just finished mine, or else I would have it right here, but it's in my empties box. This beauty, this is taken over, and I'm trying to use other foundations so that I use up things in my collection. I do actually try pretty hard to use other things in my collection. I have started a project pan. I don't want things sitting here. I want to actually use them. So I've been giving this a little bit of a break. Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue. You're going from $200, I think they might have raised the price, but it was $225 to $45. A big difference. If I had to say which one actually made my skin look just a little bit better. I would say the La Prairie, but this is $45 and I love it. It gives me a beautiful glow. It's hydrating, has a soft medium coverage. I love how it lasts all day long on me. It's such a beautiful foundation. If you haven't tried it yet, definitely give it a shot. I'm kind of in between shades right now. I have 2 in 1. I just ordered another one of these today because it's almost gone. But I've been kind of putting 1 pump, sometimes 2 of this one. This is 3 in 1. This is more of my summer shade. And this is just a little too light right now. But I went ahead and ordered another one of these. I love the longevity. I love the way it makes my skin feel. It's such a beautiful foundation. I cannot rave about this enough. I forgot to record number 7, so here it is. What products do you tend to buy more at the high-end price point? I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I know you guys know, but pretty much I tend to purchase mainly higher-end products. But if I had to choose, I would definitely choose to spend more on my base products like my foundation, primer, concealer, possibly even powder. But everything else, eyeshadows, mascara, all of those things, I definitely think, even lipsticks, while I prefer higher end, you can definitely get them at a lower price point. You don't need to spend a lot of money on those things. It's definitely something that I prefer, but not something that is necessary by any stretch of the imagination. What high-end brand do you think is overpriced? If you had asked me this a couple years ago, I never would have said this. But Chanel. I have lost a lot of interest in Chanel because I feel like they just keep doing the same thing. I thought that they were moving forward. They had a new, a director. I don't remember the name of it. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. But they had a new director and it was going in such an amazing direction. They even had palettes that had mattes in there. And right now, I am just not enthused with the brand. Will I buy something here or there? Yes. I just bought more liners. I'm liking those. I bought a lipstick. The color is nowhere near what I thought it was supposed to be according to the website, but I did buy it. I'm looking at, quads that are coming out or highlights. I'm like, this highlight I have 10 times over, 30 times over, and from the same brand. I like the brand. I really do. But then also, they did something to my La Volume de Chanel. I loved that mascara so much, and now it's clumpy, it's weird, I don't like it. I don't know if they actually changed the formula. Something has to have happened because nothing's happened with my lashes. I already was using New Lash whenever I was using that mascara, so I'm not sure what is going on. But I feel like for the price, it needs to be better. It truly needs to be better. And I'm not mad about the textures or this or that, I know that they try to cater to a certain audience, but quality-wise, to spend that much, really, you could get the same thing in the drugstore. With a few exceptions, in my personal opinion, they're just not worth it anymore, and that's just me. Number 9. I'm sorry. I'm already laughing. What is your favorite high-end limited edition product? So this definitely took out some of my palettes and whatnot. I'm like, oh, this is it. There's one palette, and just go ahead, pause the video, and let me know if you know what it is, because I have a feeling that most of you do. This is one of my most used palettes of all time. I don't like to hit pan on palettes. I really don't. Yes, I know I'm doing a project pan, but something about eyeshadows, especially when they're limited edition, it just hurts my heart to see them go away. But this palette, it's okay. I have a backup. The Tarte Aspen Ovard palette. Arguably one of the most boring palettes that you could ever possibly buy. Do you see the holes? I've kind of been trying to stop use it as much, but then I'm like, it's okay. I have another one, but I'm scared that I'm going to hit pan on the next one. I hated I mean, hated this palette whenever I first tried it. I was like, what is this? There's no pigmentation. It's nothing. I almost took it back. I decided to try it a few more times and I realized don't set your primer. And these are the type of light, more of a wash of color shades that I like. And some of these other ones, like the darker ones and the more metallic ones, give you a little bit more impact. Oh, these smell so good. They really do smell so good. And I really like the blush and the highlight in here. The highlight is pretty intense, so I don't use it as much as I used to. But overall, this is definitely my favorite limited edition based off the fact of how much I use it. I don't put this thing down other than, you know, just like recently trying not to use too much of it. And it always stays in my top drawer, because that's where it belongs. And, oh, there's a new palette coming out from Tarte. Online, it is getting drugged, but I have to say, I am going to pick that palette up just to see if it's anything like my beloved Aspen Ovard palette. So if you're curious as to whether or not I'm going to get that, yes, because I need to know. 10. What's the best high-end eyeshadow palette formula? Easy. Easy. It is Pat McGrath. She has those beautiful special shades. The mattes are incredible. I really don't even know how I'm going to get through. This is the project pan that I am going to do. Divine Rose 2. It is what is on my eyes. I'm sure you guys have seen it in several of my videos. I'm going to try and pan this palette throughout the year. The problem with it is that it is so pigmented. You don't need much. You need just like barely tap in there and go for it. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can actually do it. But if I had to pick the best high-end, because there are some more like indie brands that I feel are on the same level, especially when it comes to the mattes. But this formula is incredible. I'm not going to stop buying Pat McGrath anytime soon. On the opposite end of that, what is the worst high-end eyeshadow formula? Oh, I'm sorry. I know that there's a lot of people that truly love this brand, and again, it goes back to preferences. I don't think there's anything wrong with the brand. It's just not my personal favorite and my experiences with the shadows. And there are some exceptions, but overall, I have to say Bobbi Brown. When I heard this question, that's what immediately came into my mind. Is Bobbi Brown. I love that, was it the Luxe? There's some kind of, it's a single, it has all the sparkle. I have it in Moonstone. Gorgeous, gorgeous. When they put in the extra effort for their shadows, I tend to like them. But their palettes and their everyday ones, I was not a fan. Even when I was working at Nordstrom, I know a lot of people would tell me, hey, why don't you use those? Because I don't like them. That's why I don't like them. There's a few singles that I like, but overall, I just find it harder to work with, harder to get the pigmentation that I want. Even if I'm looking for a softer look, it's just not right. There's just something about it that I don't love. Salty, salty. What high-end brand, this is number 12, what high-end brand did you used to love but you aren't crazy about anymore? I gotta tell you, definitely crazy about the products. I love their products, but the absolute just disregard for people that are darker than me, well, you know, darker than medium. No, I cannot support this anymore, and I talked about it in my purchase or pass, whether or not I was going to pick up this palette. This was definitely before I knew that the Hourglass new palette, the volume 2, was all repeat shades. Initially, I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. The promo was beautiful, but then when you find out what the shades are, I know that's not what's on her skin. And if you did, you manipulated it in some way that most of us are not going to do. And that for me was the final draw. It was something that was just so disgusting to me because, hear me out here. If you have people saying, I can't use these shades, please make something else for me. I love this brand. And they want to spend money with your brand and you are just excluding them, not just oh, I'm not sure how to do this or whatever. They have the money to do it. They don't want to. They literally took shades that have already been tested, already do not work for deeper complexions, richer complexions, and then tried to fool us all with a little trickery in this photo. They even darkened the palette. In my opinion, it looks darker. I watched Charlotte Holdcroft's video. If you have not seen that, please check it out. If I can remember, I will also link that down below, but it explains so much. It's just a huge slap in the face, and I guess for me, I've lost a lot of respect. Before, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe they're trying. I'm going to continue to buy the concealer and the mascara. I'm done. Usually, I just leave the brand alone, and I don't buy them anymore, and I don't review them. But for this, I really feel like the right thing to do is to say, bye. You don't interest me anymore. I don't care how much I love your products. This was a huge slap in the face, and I can't even imagine how that feels because it doesn't affect me, but it affects my friends. It affects people around me, and that's not okay. All right, moving on. Number 13, what high-end product did you not expect to like, but totally wowed you? This was really easy for me because it's something that I used recently. I bought this because I wanted to review it. I love this type of product for touch-up, but I wasn't real excited about it as an all-over foundation powder. So I'm talking about Fenty here. I don't know what magic is in this product. I didn't think I was going to dislike it. I really thought that it was going to be more of a touch-up powder though, because that's traditionally how I like to use my powders. I love the Urban Decay, the Fix. People have been asking me, this one or that one. I gotta say, this is gonna take the place of the Urban Decay. My skin can be so dry and it still looks amazing on it. I don't understand what has gone into this, but I feel like she worked so hard on it because this is incredible. And I've been watching reviews ever since I did my video, and person after person after person who has dry skin, oily skin, all these different types of skin types, they're all loving this, and I completely understand. This really melts into the skin, especially through the day. It doesn't get cakey, it doesn't get heavy. I put on quite a bit, and with the brush that I was using, it doesn't pick up as much, but it really stamps it in, so I didn't use as much as a lot of people thought that I did. I still used quite a bit, but not that much. This is amazing. It is the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. I have the shade 230. This absolutely blew me away. I didn't expect to love it. I didn't expect to hate it, but I didn't expect to be absolutely wowed by it either. The last question, number 14. What's your favorite high-end eyeshadow palette right now? This was hard, because instantly my mind went straight to the Bronze Seduction from Pat McGrath. And then I was thinking, there's so many, but there's one palette that I have been raving about, and I want to give it to this palette because purples are hard to create. The fact that they were able to create this formula, make them blend like a dream, they look like they've been edited on your eyes, and I don't know how they did it. Plus the row of neutrals, you just can't go wrong. It's the Viseart Violette palette. This isn't something I'm going to use every single day. Right now I'm trying to paint a palette, so there's that. I can't get enough of this. I'm really, really, really getting into purples. Purples are starting to become my favorites on my eyes. I don't know. We all go through stages, you know. This palette, it is everything. I love, look at these neutral tones. So if I didn't want to use these purples, I have all of these gorgeous tones that are right up my alley to create a look. You have some shimmers in here. This purple, I'm telling you, it even feels like it's a little dry, but I mean, are you ready? It's so pretty. I don't think you could have done any better. There is one shade in here, Wink. that I would have preferred to be a little bit more intense, but I do appreciate the subtleness of it as well. Overall, this is definitely my favorite right now. I could give you a list of favorites in my collection from each brand, which is, do I need to do the from each brand what my favorite palette is? That just came to me. Do you guys want to see that? Let me know and I'll do it. I've got a lot of ideas for videos right now. The next one is my next idea. I've got to wait for something to come in, but I'm kind of excited about it because I think it's going to be funny. Anywho, hold on. Before I say bye to you guys, let me wipe this off my hand. I hate it whenever I'm saying goodbye and then I'm like, oh, with my spirit fingers and I've got stuff all over them. And these magic erasers, I love these. I really love these. I could put that in my product that I love that's under $50 as well. Anywho, I love you beauties. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, 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 please make sure that you check out Jen Phelps, Jenna Fraze, and Kelly Gooch. Tell them I sent you. Show them all the love. And if you are so inclined, please do this tag as well. I love you guys, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.